What happened yesterday with CleanSpark's earnings? There were quite a lot of good little nuggets to take away from it, but there were a few clouds on the horizon that stopped us from going up and instead sent us flying down. We actually opened up this morning down a lot more than we are right now. Right now we're down 8%. Actually, the warrants are down less than CleanSpark is right now. It's trying to climb its way out of this hole. You can see, according to TradingView, they beat revenue by 0.57%. They missed EPS, earnings per share, by 110.94%. They reported a negative 38 cents. Their standardized loss was a negative 26.4%, which would have been more in line with that 50% number I provided yesterday. You can see that they do standardized, and then they also do the loss that includes their Bitcoin and stuff as well. So that is why they get two different numbers here on the Bitcoin miners. They got the special accounting rules for them. Okay, so and off of that we saw an initial drop. Let's see where we closed yesterday at 1452. We saw a drop of about 12% overall, and we are climbing our way out of that right now. The warrants are not falling, which is interesting. They might fall in the next day or two if this thing is held down. But right now, CleanSpark is completely detached. We had a gap down and is completely detached from the 21 EMA at 1360. That has opened us up to come back down to the 200-day moving average, which is all the way down around $12 right now. It's currently at 1187. Probably hit about $12 by the time we meet it there, but there is a good chance we are going to have a date with the 200-day moving average. Momentum is garbage, honestly, and that's that. Why did this happen? Why did they fall? There was a lot of good a lot of good tailwinds in the earnings report. Why did this happen? I'll show you why this happened. This is a summary that Gemini gave me of the transcript of the earnings call, and I'll show you exactly. There's one line right here that stopped it. This one right here. CleanSpark is committed to Bitcoin mining and sees AI and HPC as potential distractions. Okay, they badmouthed the AI. They said AI in a negative light. On top of that, they didn't mention anything about adopting a MicroStrategy method like Mara has in order to capitalize on Bitcoin. So those two things, they were negative on one, didn't mention the other, and that is why we are seeing this fall right here. Even though they are coming after that big hurricane that damaged some of their property, they still charged forward and beat expectations here going into Q4 of 2024, right? And they're going to hit 50 exahash early in 2025 here. They are looking at monetizing and leveraging their Bitcoin in order to gain more out of it, but they didn't mention convertible notes. They didn't mention AI in a positive light, and as a result, we are dropping on CleanSpark, and that is that. The other thing I wanted to mention today, Mara. I started loading up on calls on Mara late yesterday. So down near the bottom here, I was loading up on calls this morning right away. I was loading up on calls on Mara. This could still drop. It could still come down to the 21 EMA at 23 bucks, maybe even as far down as $22, especially if Bitcoin doesn't get a move on. But I've started to buy my positions for going long on Mara. In fact, I'm buying, let me see, which one am I doing right now? It is for January 17th, and I'm doing a $30 calls for January 17th on Mara right now, and I'm loading those up. Currently, I've just bought a starter position. I bought two. I bought one yesterday, one today. I'll probably buy 2 or 3 more as we go in here. I don't have a big account for my options buying activity because honestly, I'm still working on my methods for it. I'm getting better every day at it, making more money every day. Like last month, I tripled that account. That was pretty exciting. But that was, of course, was after having that account. So I'm only 33% up overall on that account, but it's not as fine-tuned as my selling. But yeah, I'm working on that, and that has been going very well. Amara's been contributing heavily to those gains this month, and last month, excuse me. Okay, so what else is going on? What do we want to talk about? MicroStrategy might be looking to come back here. So on MicroStrategy, I would want to see it, honestly, get above the 5-day moving average there, and then I would start saying maybe it's bullish again. I did get out of that MSTX put. It got a little bit out of hand there, and I had to do some recovery it came down dramatically. Let's just put it that way. It came down dramatically. And even though I was still considered safe, it was getting close to where I didn't feel safe anymore. So I got out. I got back into another thing, another MSTX put that made back a significant amount of what I lost there. And now I'm looking for my next entry on that. Yeah. Let's see. Take a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, it came down to the 21. Yeah, we might still have a date with 90,000 on Bitcoin. We're trading underneath the 5-day moving average. That's not good. Bitcoin is showing some weakness. We might continue to see some weakness for this week, but usually after such an epic November, the back end of December is not so bad. So we might see a flush here early on in December, followed by a rip up. I did get. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's 4 things I'm going to cover before we're done here. XRP finally woke up recently. I got some comments from the crypto video over the weekend. No XRP. Here's your XRP. It's on fire. It's going to likely run for an all-time high, which would be what $3.60 I think was its highest high in 2017. You'd think I'd remember that. I was holding it back then. Let's take a look. Yeah, 330. Now, right now it's on an absolute heater. It's above everything. I wouldn't touch it. It's way too hot. But there you go. XRP, it's taking off. I'm very upset. I sold it around 60 cents because I'd been holding it for years and years, and it had done absolutely nothing because it had been suppressed. And I did not realize that this amount of buying pressure was just waiting for positive regulatory environments for XRP. Who knew? Some people did, I guess. I figured it would get a pop. I thought maybe it'd go like $1, maybe $1.50, but like to shoot right past and almost to $3, that's pretty crazy for XRP, to be honest. I'm very happy that it's finally doing it, and that I initially was right about what I thought about XRP, but I wish I'd held a little longer. Anyways, that's okay. That's not the worst thing in the world that's ever happened to anyone. What else is going on? Crypto is not looking extra hot today. So one other thing, SQ started doing the thing. So I'd been in some calls for SQ for a couple of weeks. I wrote it up, I wrote it down. I was positive, I was negative. Yesterday we got a pop all the way up to $96. I sold my calls that I had at that pop. It was a significant move up. I'm still looking for this thing to come up to $100 or higher. That's still what I'm looking for. And if I turn on my drawings, yeah, I'm still looking for it to come up to about 98 before it struggles, and then somewhat get up towards that $100 level. I'm watching the 5-day right now to see how it interacts. Is it going to go below it? Is it going to stay above it? But I'm currently out of block right now, just waiting for the next opportunity on that one. What's another one that is interesting right now? I believe Vert gave us a buy. Oh yeah, so I like Vert right now. It came down to the 21. It's starting to bounce, especially being up here above this little area right here. I like that a lot, especially if this turns yellow. And if I drill down to like a 2-hour. Oh yeah. I like that a lot. So let me draw a line here. That's fine. That's a line I think it'll get to. Let me turn these off. And this is a line that it has broken. No, not that one. I don't like that one. This one. Boom, that one. So we close above this. I'm looking for it to move up to like 137. That's pretty cool. ACMR had a nice big drop yesterday, but this looks like a bear flag, so I would wait on this right now. It either needs to get above 1620, or if it comes back under like 1586, I'd be looking for it to come back to the bottom of the range. Above 1620, I'd be looking for it to come up to the top of the range there at 1728. So I'm just kind of sitting on my hands there. I know I said like 3 or 4, but there's more. Qualcomm. Qualcomm's very, very interesting where it is. If we go to the daily, look at this. Look at that double bottom there. Bottom over here. It's coming up. We get above 165 here, like above 165.50 or so, something like that. It's going to go all the way up to like 176, maybe even 180. So I'm watching that very closely for this level right here. I'll draw a line right there. I'm watching that level super duper close for Qualcomm to have a pop up of about $10 to $15 from there. ARM also very interesting. Let me get rid of that line right there, and honestly this line right here. Okay, and this line right here, and this box right there. All right, you know what, I don't need this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, ARM is still in this downtrend. It gets above this trend line right here, above that trend line. get rid of this line too. Above this trend line, I'm looking at it to come back all the way to this ascending channel up here, which would be in the 160s, 170s. I'm watching that for ARM. It's not confirmed yet, so I'm just watching it, but that's what I'm looking at on those. Vert is probably the only one in a position that I actually really like right now. Let's take a look at NVIDIA 139. NVIDIA is not interesting to me again until it gets over 140. Let's get over 140, and these coordinates aren't where I want them to be. There we go, 140. Above 140, I'm interested in NVIDIA again. Below 140, I'm looking at a head and shoulders. Look at this. Shoulder, head, shoulder, boom. And that could come all the way back down to the 120s into the 100 teens. Okay, the 120s to the teens on NVIDIA if we do not get above 140 again soon. Okay, that's what we're looking at. We broke this trend line. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't think it's going to like completely dump or anything, but yeah, I could see it come to the bottom Bollinger in the high 120s, maybe overshoot that a little into the low 120s, high teens. Don't be surprised if you see that. Is there anything else I wanted to cover today? Palantir is, oh man, Palantir, just stop. Okay, we're all impressed. We all know you're super great. We all know that you're worth a whole bunch of money, but just stay under 69 for a few more weeks. Come on. It's because I have covered calls. I have covered calls in my Palantir shares. That's why I'm upset. Just stop. Okay, come back to the 21. Just visit the 21. It misses you. All right, stop it. We're already impressed. You don't need to keep impressing us. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Don't sleep on the sticker shop. That link is also in the description and channel bio, and have a profitable day.